Hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. That's right, today we're back to do some more pickups. I've definitely forgot some stuff, and I have had a very expensive month. September and early October for releases were really bad with me. In fact, I'm really happy. At the minute, I only have 1 or 2 things on pre-order before we go into 2024, and I'm really happy about that because the last month there's been a lot of buying going on, a lot of things coming out that I've wanted to get, and a couple of things I've genuinely had to say no to just because I've got too much as it is this month. You know, I do budget myself, people. But we got a fair bit again. We got 1 game, some Blu-rays. The majority of Blu-rays I've actually unboxed on the channel because they're pretty special ones, pretty cool items. I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records to show. I don't think any of them are going to be particularly too interesting to people, and a couple books. So we'll go records, game, Blu-ray, and do the books last. So starting up records, I'm going to go a bit quick on these because I know they're not to everyone's interest here on the channel, but I know people who visit my old channel still always asking, am I still buying the records and stuff? So yes, I am. First one up, because I own everything the Beatles and Solo Beatles have put to vinyl, I had to pick up the new EP from Ringo Star. Oh god, it's an awful cover, isn't it? Rewind Forward. So I played it. It's only 4 songs. I can't lie, I actually just played it on Spotify, and I've left this sealed. The first song, Shadow on the Wall, was absolutely awful. It was beyond terrible. It was just so hard to get through. But then I actually really enjoyed the rest of the EP, you know. I thought it was actually decent. Feel in the Sunlight, the McCartney track, was probably my favourite. But yeah, you know, 3 out of 4 songs I didn't mind. It's just a shame that the one I really... I didn't just dislike it. I really hated it. And it's the opening track. Not a great way to open an EP if you're meant to be drawing people in. Anyway, next up, I wasn't really going to... Even though I own every album this man's put out, I'd heard nothing about this, and I was sort of like, am I done? Am I just not going to get this one? Because I'd heard nothing about it. No promotion for it. No one talking about it. And then I played it on Spotify, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's his best album since Tempest. And that is Bob Dylan. So this one's Shadow Kingdom. This is a really good Dylan album. His best album, as I say, since Tempest for me. I prefer this to his last record. It's really weird because his last album got loads of talk and done well in the charts, and this one's done the complete opposite. Yeah, I prefer it. Very strange, but it's a really good Dylan album, and honestly a contender for my album of the year at the minute. I really, really enjoy it. The next 2 up are me just throwing money at the wall, pissing it away. There's only a couple artists I do this for, but I am such a mega Aurora fan. And for those of you who haven't heard her, I'd really recommend going and checking her out. She's not for everyone. She's probably a bit of an acquired taste. She's a Norwegian singer. She's got 3 albums out, an EP, and a whole bunch of other tracks. She's worked on the movie Frozen 2. That voice, what? That was her. Excuse the brilliant impression. But yeah, anyway, she re-released her last album with 2 alternative covers, and me being me, I was like, oh my god, I love the covers, I've got to get them. So here's her last album, with 2 alternative covers. Way! Yeah, the track listing is also in different order, but the records are pretty much exactly the same. But I'm such a huge fan, I had to get them. I really did. And in case there's anyone watching, I've also pre-ordered her book that's coming out with this album again, with an alternative cover, but it has some exclusive art cards and a signature. So, but yeah, Aurora, I love her. I've already got her autograph a couple times. I've been to see her live, and I got right up front when I saw her live. So yeah, I'm a bit of a mega fan actually. So yeah, and the last record up I have to show, I've supported this artist as well for some time. I actually got a Christmas card off her last year, I think. So that was cool. So ever since then, I feel like, yeah. And I've actually exchanged like 2 or 3 messages on Instagram with her. Very lovely. Emily Kinney, her new album, Swim Team. Maybe my favourite album of hers yet. She's kind of a smaller country artist. She was actually in The Walking Dead playing Beth Green. But yeah, she does music now. And yeah, I quite enjoyed this album, to be fair. So yeah, there we go. There she is. Pretty blurry photo, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to the game. I bought one game. I bought this to fill my time before SpiderMan comes out, which is tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be buying that tomorrow. I've already bought it, but I'll be getting that tomorrow. Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. But I bought this to fill my time before then. F1 Manager 2023. My man Toto on the cover, and Gunther. I'm not a big fan on this guy though. Yeah, that's why. No, Christian Horner, he's okay, I guess. Yeah, this is so confusing. You don't drive the car, you are literally managing the team, and you're there watching over every race, and making all the decisions and stuff. If you watch Formula 1, you know how complicated that stuff can get. And this game is just that. It is so complicated. There's a lot to learn. And it doesn't help that I picked one of the weaker teams to manage, Williams. Just because I thought it'd be fun to start with a smaller team, work way up, try and build them up. So just going in with like Mercedes or McLaren or Red Bull or Ferrari. I won't go Red Bull or Ferrari. It's like, yeah, well, you're gonna have, you know, you're making the game easier for yourself already there. Anyway, on to the Blu-rays. As I say, a lot of these I've shown before, so I'll probably go a bit quick on some of these. First up, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I have shown the regular 4K on here before. Not sure if I've shown this slip, which was just so incredibly kindly sent to me by my friend Tin and Sonic, who I didn't even know he was doing this. He assumed the 4K was going to come without a slip, and he was right to assume so. And he said, hey, here it is, just because I don't think it's going to get one. It was so kind of him to send me one. He really does the best artwork, and he's just a really nice guy. And I'll be messaging you, Tin and Sonic, when Loki finishes. That's if he hasn't already started artwork on the 4K slip there, because I'm sure he probably has, knowing him. But yeah, you know, he's a top guy, really lovely guy. I can't say enough nice things about him. But yeah, you know, potentially my favourite film of the year. I'm seeing Killers of the Flower Moon tonight, so that might change. But anyway, great movie. The 4K looks stunning. Yeah, just an all-round incredible film there. And going from incredible to absolutely awful, we have The Flash. I have every DC movie. And in fact, I've got some announcements coming for the channel at the end of the year. There are going to be some big changes to the channel for next year. I'm not going to say what yet. I'll leave you all in suspense there. But I am planning a video to sort of recap the DC universe when Aquaman is out and done, because that'll be the end of this chapter for DC. So yeah, I probably will end up talking about this film one more time. But, you know, when I saw it in the cinema, I thought, this isn't very good, but it's watchable. Watched it at home, barely got through it. It's such a bad movie, I think. But, you know, so I have to have it because I've got every other DC movie. So, yeah, The Flash. This was a hard buy for me. I can't lie. This is one I probably should have waited on for it to go down in price. But anyway, we move. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Back to good, thank you. This was a really solid movie. Much better than The Flash, no doubt in my mind. James Gunn. Really, really excited to see what he can do over there with DC, because, yeah, he's done a brilliant job on all three Guardians movies and the holiday special. Yeah, really, really like this movie. Not as good as Guardians 1 in my opinion, but I preferred it to the second. Then we got some box sets. We got 5 here. So the first 2 I've shown on the channel. The other 3 I've shown on my Instagram. And if you're not following my Movie Bug Instagram page, I definitely recommend it, because I post some other things on there. And I'm doing a horror October watch along every day. I'm watching a horror film and doing a little video of me talking about each film I watch. So there's, you know, a lot more content over on the Instagram page. But first up, you know, we got the new classic season of Doctor Who, season 20. This is the set I've been asking for since I realised we were going to probably get the majority of these seasons. Only because I knew it would have the 5 Doctors in, which is my favourite classic Who episode. I know it's such a bait choice, but, you know, it has all the Doctors. You know, I love John Pertwee, and seeing him with Patrick Troughton and Pete Davidson and a version of the first Doctor. So yeah, really cool. And this is just a beautiful set. I'm not going to go over it all because I've got a whole unboxing on that. But of course you get your your book in here and all your discs there. You get so much content. And I know that some people were hesitant on buying these. I've spoken to people about them over the years now, and they say, you know, they're just too much money for episodes I already own. But the bonus features you get in here is absolutely insane. These sets are well worth your money. They are beautiful. Then we have, of course, probably the most popular item this year I've seen Blu-ray collectors getting, and that is Arrow Video's release of the Psycho films. So since unboxing this, I have now watched them all. I rewatched 1 and 2 and gave 3 and 4 a first time watch. And I really enjoyed 3 as well. I've always loved 1 and 2. But yeah, I really enjoyed 3 as well. 4, I must admit, I wasn't the biggest fan on. But yeah, I think 1 through 3, really solid films. Look at that, you get a big chunky book in there as well. So that is very nice, and I just love this. I just love that. Oh, it's so cool, so cool. Okay. Next up, we have the HMV exclusive, I believe. Asteroid City, Wes Anderson's new movie. Yeah, I'm still have yet to buy the French Dispatch, to be honest, just because I keep waiting for Criterion to do it or to get a fancy box set version of that movie. I didn't really want to spend, I think it was like £18 on just a regular Blu-ray with no slips. So yeah, I haven't actually picked the French Dispatch up yet, but you know, I own every other Wes Anderson movie. And yeah, I'm a sucker for when things come in these hardback boxes. I do just genuinely fall for that stuff. You get a regular Blu-ray in here, pretty standard. Ooh, recycling plastic really bothers some people, I've discovered. You get some art cards with all the characters on. There's a fair few in here, you know, you get a fair few characters, and you get some smaller ones here, which are really glossy, which I really like, and they have background artwork as well, and you know, there's a fair few of them, just stills from the movie, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you get a fair bit with this one, which is nice. For like an extra £5, I think it's worth it for the box and all the art cards. So yeah, and it looks amazing on the shelf. Look at that. Next up, we have. I'd never seen this film before I bought the box set. But it's one of those where this was really cheap as well. It's like £25, which I think is great for everything you get. And I was thinking, this is a film I'm very confident I'm going to like. And I watched it, and for me, it was a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. And that is Jack Nicholson's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, this was the first time watch. So yeah, I've seen it now, obviously. But this set is beautiful. They did get the back picture wrong. Because this shows it coming with 2 discs. Which it doesn't. So they did get that a bit wrong, but it's still a beautiful set. You get a lot in here for your money. This is one of the nicest cine editions they've done, I think. So first up, you get some playing cards, which have loads of characters on. Then you get this thingy, which opens up like so. And look at the amount of art cards you get in here. They're all so glossy. You get all, like, a good chunk of the characters there. Young Danny DeVito. And some posters at the back. You genuinely get a real lot with this one. So, yeah, again, well worth your money here on this one. And you get a little book there at the back, which is nice. See if I can pop this all away. Yep. Yep, there we go. Try to do it without creasing anything. Always a challenge. And then, of course, you get the Blu-ray. So, yeah, as I say, stunning set. One of my favourite things I've actually got to show in this video. And, yeah, would highly recommend getting hold of this while it's still available. It's a beautiful set for its money. And the final Blu-ray I have to show is a Second Sight set. Again, I hadn't actually seen this film. I took a bit of a risk because this one was a lot more expensive. But anyway, we did it. And luckily, I liked the film. It Follows. So this is the second set. So I'm going to just take this off here. This has all of your information on. I'm a huge fan of these second sight sets. They actually might be my favourites. They're just class. You know, there's the artwork and all the care that goes into them. So, I mean, look at this. This is the book. Look how much is in there. Ridiculous. Like, you know, this is where your money's going, and I'm all there for it. I love this sort of stuff. Art cards as well, all the characters, some stills from the movie. Really, really great. And then, of course, you get your 4K and your Blu-ray. I mean, these are beautiful sets. You know, I've got this and the Texas Chainsaw one now, which is in a big box. I would absolutely love to get hold of The Witch by Robert Eggers, but that one's well out of print now. I missed the boat on that, unfortunately. But if it comes back in, I'll definitely be picking that one up. We're going to finish up with 2 art books. We've got 2 more Marvel art books. I say this in every video. These books just ship when they're made now. I think when they're ready to get them off the shelf, they go. At the minute, the Werewolf by Night one is next, I think, and it says like coming out mid-November, but it says it could potentially arrive between October the 25th and mid-November. So I guess at some point in that bracket, I'm gonna get that one. But anyway, the next 2 up for me was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I love this cover. And again, wasn't crazy about the movie. I thought it was okay. And some of the artwork in here is great. That's the thing. Even on the weaker Marvel stuff, it's just great to look through these books and just see the artwork. They're so interesting and to read about it. And the back cover there. And they just look amazing on the shelf, these. So yeah, you get all like the Doctor Strange costumes. You know, you get everything in here. You really do. Such a good insight into the movie itself. And the next one is everyone's favourite movie, Thor, Love and Thunder. Yeah, look, I'm not a big fan on this movie, guys. But again, the artwork in here is stunning. And look at the cover. That looks so much better than the movie. Don't this sell you on wanting a better Thor movie? Because this looks great. But yeah, again, just some really, really cool artwork in here again. I'm flicking some random pages again, but you know, you get some cool stuff in here. Like, I mean, they're just good look throughs, even on the weaker films. But anyway, there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed as always. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and as always, I will see you next time for another video. Bye bye.